Welcome back guys to another cook. It's me, Big Les, and Dave. We're here in the shack, and today we've got the Drevos Classic 30 fired up again. We're putting this thing through its paces, and today we're doing pork belly, and we're going to do satay pork belly at the end. So to go with that Asian theme, we've had it marinating all night in sweet soy sauce or ketchup mayonnaise and mirin, rice wine vinegar. So if you want to see how I did that, cut to me marinating last night. Pork belly sliced up. Let's go for the Asian flavour. So we've got some ketchup mayonnaise, which is a sweet soy sauce, and we've also got some mirin or some rice wine vinegar. I'm going to take both of them, 500 ml of the ketchup mayonnaise, and 150 ml of rice wine vinegar. That is going to give us that real sweet and savoury, that tangy, that sour flavour in this pork belly. So we're going to take our pork belly, and before I season it up, just look how much you get out of a pork belly. We've got two slabs here. I've got some beautiful ribs. I've got some fat, and I've also got some trimmings, which is going to make a pork stir fry. And we've even got some skin for some chicharrones. So we'll hopefully make them up later, but get them all vac sealed up and in the freezer, and then ready for the next cook. So we're going to take our vac sealed bag, guys, and we're going to take a slab of our pork belly, and without making it look too difficult, let's drop in that pork belly. Always the case, you make it look super difficult when you're on camera. But one pork belly in the vac sealed bag. I'm going to take our ketchup mayonnaise and rice wine vinegar. I'm going to pour half of that liquid into this pork belly. Make sure you give it a nice good rub. You need to get it around all that pork. I'm going to take our bag. If you haven't got a vacuum sealer at home, guys, use some sandwich bags or a Tupperware. But I quite like my vacuum sealer. And there we have it, guys. One beautiful pork belly to sit in the fridge overnight. So after 12 hours in the fridge, we've got our two slabs of pork belly, and bonus cook today, we've also got that ribs because it was a bone-in pork belly. But we need to open up our packs. Take it out of that marinade. And then we're going to pat each one of these dry. So we've got these out of the pack. And look at that marination. It's gone into that meat. It's absolutely beautiful. And because there was a lot of salt in the brine last night, we're not going to hit these with a lot of salty flavours. We are going to hit them with a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I've got some celery powder, and I'm going to coat each one of these in a little bit of celery powder. And this is just going to help with that smoke ring formation, because we are smoking it in an electric smoker. And this is a nice little way to get that same reaction that you would in a dirty smoker. So a little bit of celery powder on either side. Not a lot, guys. This also adds a great umami flavour. So it's a real good flavour enhancer. And then, of course, the black pepper, because we all love black pepper. So again, a nice shake. Don't forget the sides, guys. I'll dab it on the board in a minute. We'll get them coated up with the black pepper. And then that last secret Asian ingredient, controversial, guys, so you don't have to add it if you don't want to, but a little bit of MSG is just going to make everything taste super. Uncle Roger would be super happy with this, I'm pretty sure. Right, let's let these hang out on the board while the smoker warms up. So we've got the smoker turned on, guys, got the convection fan on, and I'm going to be smoking it for the first 2 hours at 100 degrees Celsius, around that 225 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's now warming up. I've got the chimney wide open. I've got my smoke tube down in the side, and I've got this filled with cherry wood smoke chips. So I'm going to start to get the smoke rolling. Let me go get a better lighter. Back, I'll use my lighter to light my lighter. How about that? Right, we've got that lit. We've got our meat hanging out on the board. We're going to wait till that smoke starts drawing through, and then we're going to take our hooks and our Big Les barbecue mug, and we're going to be hanging this meat. So I want to get as deep into the meat as possible, and I am going to put 2 hooks in just to make sure I've got plenty of support. But that's 1, 2, hooked up slabs of beautiful belly pork ready for that smoker, guys. So we've got our meat hanging, we've got that smoke starting to pull through, and I've got my smoking racks set up in the barbecue. So I'm going to hang my first pork belly on the centre tube. I'm going to hang my next pork belly on the top. And then I'm going to set up them ribs, but this isn't about the ribs, that's just a bonus cook on the bottom rack, guys. We'll let these smoke for 2 hours, like I say, 100 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to close this up. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. Let them roll in that smoke. I'll bring you back in 2 hours when we'll ramp up the temperature. 2 hours in, guys, and we are about to turn the temp up, and we're also going to make our satay sauce. So I'll bring you in and have a look at that. But let's have a look at these beautiful pork bellies and bonus rib. I've smoked myself again. I have popped in some oak chips as well, just get some smokiness. Some beautiful colour forming on these ribs. I will bring you in for a closer look, and our bonus ribs at the bottom are looking beautiful as well. I've probed them. They're probing around that 175 degrees Fahrenheit. We are shooting for that sort of 200 degrees Fahrenheit internal temp on them. So we're going to bump this up now. They've had a good few hours rolling in that smoke, so let's now render that fat. So I'll bring you in for a look, we'll turn up the heat, and on with the satay sauce. I'm getting carried away with my thing, guys. I'm going to bump this up to 120 degrees Celsius, about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. It'd have been useful if I told you that a minute ago. Now on with the satay sauce. We're going to make a beautiful satay peanut sauce, guys. So we've got a little pan on our stove. We'll turn on the heat. We'll turn it down to a low heat. I'm going to pop about a cup of peanut butter. I've gone for smooth because I'm going to add some toasted peanuts at the end. To that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of crushed garlic. To that, I've got a good pinch of chili flakes. Dial in the spice to your liking, guys. A good tablespoon of fish sauce. And a good tablespoon of soy sauce for that saltiness. And then we're going to let it all down with about 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk. And we're just going to stir that, guys, until it starts to all break down and thicken. We're going to bring this up to near boiling point, but not to boiling point, and then we're going to turn the heat down and simmer it until it's nice and thick. And there you have it, guys. A nice smooth sauce. I did have to let it down with a little bit extra coconut milk because it was just getting a little bit thick, and I do want to coat some of these pork belly cubes. We're going to have a dipping sauce. I'm going to transfer them into these nice little ramekins. Beautiful for dishing up my sauce. But I am going to dip some cubes in this and pop them back in the smoker on a tray to set up some real nice satay pork belly burnt ends. These have been in for just over 5 hours now total cooking time, and I have given them a little probe. You want them to be buttery soft when you probe into them, so these are hanging and the probe's going straight in. Look, guys, so beautifully buttery soft. If you're interested in the temp, they are temping around the 200 degrees Fahrenheit, but these things are ready to pull and sit on the board to cool. So I'm going to lift these out, put them on the board just behind me now, guys, and let them cool down till they're around 150, 160 degrees Fahrenheit internal, and then we'll get to cubing some up, slicing some up, and I'm even thinking I'm going to make some meat popsicles. Time to have a peek inside, guys. Just starting to cool down to the touch now. So let's open this big one up. Just look at that, guys. That is meat waterfall. Don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it is absolutely beautiful. Let's cut a little slice before we think about making our cubes. It's almost like a mini brisket. It's got a beautiful bark on it, and I'll just look at that bark, guys. I don't know if you can see that. Beautiful crisp bark, a nice pull. That is absolutely amazing. That fat is just melting in your mouth. You could just serve it like this, guys, but I think let's make some meat popsicles. Let's make some burnt ends and then cover it in that beautiful satay sauce. I'm going to pop that one to one side. You can see all the juices flowing out of this. This looks a nice piece to get some popsicles. So let's cut down and make us some popsicles. Beautiful. When you're cutting it, coat it in all that fat. It's just going to stop the meat from oxidizing, guys. And then let's cube up some burnt ends. Beautiful. So I'm going to set up a stainless steel pan at the front. Take my skewers. Got that beautiful satay sauce. What I have done, I've let that down with a little bit more milk. We're going to take our burnt ends, and I must just look at them, guys. They are crazy burnt ends, beautiful and moist. But we're going to take them and coat them in that satay sauce. Let it all run off because we don't want it to burn on, we just want it to coat. Beautiful satay burnt ends. I'm going to get on, do the rest of these. If you hear fireworks, guys, it's firework night, so I apologise. There's not a lot I can do about it. There you go, guys. Burnt ends, meat pops. Let's get them back in the smoker. I've put my shelf in, I've turned it down to 100 degrees. I'm going to pop them in there and let that set up now for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll bring you back for the official taste test. What a spread, guys. Got that beautiful slab of pork belly slices. We've got some pork belly burnt ends, nice and squidgy. We've also got some pork belly meat popsicles, beautiful homemade satay sauce, and then I've just got a bit chefy, so I've got some toasted nuts. I've been topping them with some toasted nuts, chili flakes, and then some fresh homemade chilies. And that is my take on a satay pork belly, guys. Let me come down in the shot. I'm down. So here we've got them beautiful cubes of pork belly, got some chilies on there, got some nuts, some spring onions. Oh, and the one, guys, heat from that chili on the tongue, sweetness from that ketchup mayonnaise marinade, the richness of that peanut sauce, and the freshness of them spring onions. That is absolutely stunning. Got me satay sauce so I can tone it down. I've made me a chili meat stick. I've done Grace one without because she doesn't like chili. But it's beautiful slices of pork belly. It's beautiful. Could fry them up as bacon, actually. Might do a few slices in the morning for breakfast. But this, I'm going to vac seal up now. This, I'm going to head inside and I'm going to scoff. I hope you've enjoyed this cook, guys. It's been an absolutely epic one. Don't forget, it really helps the channel if you like, subscribe, leave some comments down below, and even better, share this, guys. It'll just help me grow. It'd be a great little Christmas present for me, and Christmas is just around the corner. If not, just check out my next video over here at least.